So you're thinking about buying a new construction home in the Temecula Valley. Well, hang on just a minute. There are some important things that you need to know. Maybe you'll learn something new today that gives you pause. Or maybe you'll decide new construction is right for you and you're ready to get the show on the road and move forward with buying a new build. I'm here to give you all the information. Let's get to it. Hi, I'm Jessica with the Genung team and Real Broker. Welcome if you are new here and welcome back if you are not. About half of my business is new construction and I love educating those of you that are considering buying a new construction home. There's a lot to learn about the process and I like to lay it all out on the table so there are no surprises. Let's dive in. Don't buy a new construction home if you do not want to fully landscape your backyard from scratch. Important thing to note, most new construction homes in our area, which is the Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee, Winchester Valley, come with no backyard landscaping. It is going to be completely dirt, a blank slate, as they say. And if you have an HOA, which is most of our new construction communities, not all, but most do have an HOA, oftentimes it's in the CCNRs that you are required to landscape your backyard within 6 months to a year, and you have to submit those plans to the HOA, get them approved, and then you need to complete that project. There are varying opinions on what a landscaped backyard is exactly. You could probably do something very simple, maybe use some mulch and some grass to get you by, but a properly thought out and professionally landscaped backyard is going to cost you some money, easily tens of thousands if you want it to be really nice. I just did a backyard project at my house. I took it down to the dirt, so I could give you a rough ballpark if you are interested in having that conversation. I'm happy to share my experience and some of the pricing. Feel free to reach out to me. Another thing to note when buying a new construction home is most of the time they do not come with window coverings at all. You are obviously going to need to put up some window coverings on your home. Sometimes you can negotiate with the builder to add some window coverings, but most often my clients are going through a third party after they move in. Maybe you're going to want to do some shutters or perhaps electric blinds or blackout shades. You could, of course, go to Home Depot and do the do-it-yourself route if you want something basic. This is an easy option and those look fine too. New construction homes are delivered to you with no custom paint on the walls. It's going to be flat white paint throughout the entire house. The important thing to know about flat white paint, which is actually kind of in style right now, it's just a light and bright, simple, modern look, and maybe you could get away with the white color, but it's flat paint, so it's going to show some scuffs and marks quite easily. Most people, when doing an interior painting project, will use an eggshell-like texture, which is in between a flat paint and a semi-gloss. With an eggshell finish, if you have kids or pets and they mark up the walls, you can wash it off a little bit easier. Sometimes you can pay extra to have the builder do a custom paint on the interior of your home. Usually those colors are limited, but if not, you are going to be taking care of that after you move in, or you're just going to live with the flat white walls. The good thing about flat white is that it is easier to touch up the scuffs on flat white. If you do want some color on your walls, make sure that you factor that into your budget. Do not buy a new construction home if you are not okay with paying a higher property tax rate. This is a big one, and it's perhaps the biggest part of the decision that my clients are often weighing when they are trying to decide between buying a resale home and buying a new construction home. As I mentioned, about half of my business is helping clients go through the process of buying new construction homes, and the other half are buying and selling resale homes. The general rule in our area is the newer the home, the higher the property taxes, and that is because the new homes come with higher special assessments and mellorues. Over the course of time, when going through the new construction approval process, the cities and the county was able to negotiate to get more money out of the builder and homeowners in large parts by attaching bonds to new homes. Examples of these bonds would be funds needed for community schools and infrastructure projects, etc. As the years went on, the cities and Riverside County were more successful in negotiating these fees with the builder. So how much are new construction property taxes in our area? area. They are typically around 2% of the purchase price per year. They can range from around 1.7 to 2%, but I'm not going to go too much into the property taxes in this video because I have at least 3 other videos on property taxes. The moral of the story boils down to the older homes, and by older I mean around year 2000 or older, you can get closer to the 1% tax rate, and the newer homes, you're typically going to be around the 2% tax rate. The main point is, do not forget to factor that into your payment, because the difference between the 1% and the 2% can easily be $300 or more per month in your payment. Don't buy a new construction home if you are not educated on builder pricing and how new construction promotions work. Builder pricing is sometimes negotiable, and there are oftentimes many incentives that can be negotiated. Markets go up and down. The market as of right now is slower for home builders in general. It depends on the location of the community. Some of them are still hopping right along, but some are really struggling for sales. We can get more concessions out of some builders and communities than others. It solely depends on the desirability of the community, the location, and other buyer competition. When things are on the slow side for builders, they are certainly negotiable. And if you're interested in learning more about what is negotiable when buying a new construction home, make sure that you sign up for my webinar, 7 Ways to Save Money When Buying a New Construction Home, and I will fill you in on all that. It's free. I will have a link down below in the description. You can sign up to be notified for the next time I hold that webinar. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback when I've done it in the past, and I am overdue to do another one, quite frankly. Put it on the to-do list. Do not buy a new construction home on your own is my recommendation. Hire an agent who specializes in selling new construction. Almost all of the builders in our area will compensate your agent to help you go through the process, with one exception, and that is Lennar. There are some exceptions where Lennar will pay an agent, but I won't get into the weeds here. As of right now, the rest of the other builders in our area have continued to offer compensation to your buyer agent, so you might as well take advantage of their knowledge to help you go through the process. Here are the builders in our area that will pay your agent, so you don't have to come out of pocket for the service. The most important thing about hiring an agent to help you, while any agent is better than no agent, I highly recommend hiring an agent that specializes in new construction, because they will be able to help you much more than an agent that does not regularly work in new construction, or they don't work in our area or the area that you're searching in overall. The next most important tip is to make sure that you bring that knowledgeable and experienced agent with you the very first time you visit a new construction community, and you might not even want to make the first contact to the new construction community, because sometimes they will preclude you from working with the agent if you contact them or visit that community and they are not with you. Experienced new construction agents will have relationships with the builder sales reps, and they will have a deeper understanding of the sales process for new construction. They should be knowledgeable about builder incentives. Oftentimes, we are the first to know when there are new promotions, or when certain homes get price reductions, when new communities are grand opening, and when a project is wrapping up. Do not waste your time shopping at a community that is sold out or doesn't fit your time frame. I have actually witnessed that firsthand. I remember I had a meeting with a client that was purchasing a new construction home at a community in Spencer's Crossing, and we were going over some design center choices, and they wanted to look at the actual model, where this was a completely sold out community. There was no more of these homes of this model coming up, and there was people, home buyers, touring while we were there shopping and kind of getting excited about it, like they were going to be moving forward with a purchase on that, but I knew that there was none available. There were no sales reps around to tell them that. But anyway, don't shop at communities that are sold out or don't fit your time frame. Sometimes there are great closeout deals if you get one of the last remaining homes. So if you are looking in my area, myself or my team would love to help you. If you're not in my area, I do have a network of agents throughout the US that specialize in new construction, such as myself. I'd be happy to connect you. Do not buy a new construction home if you think that you might end up needing to sell in 2 or 3 years. If you are thinking shorter term, in my opinion, this is a little bit risky. Over the past many years, the market has been going up like crazy, and if something came up, because life happens, most homeowners were still able to sell and not lose money, even if they only own the home for a year or 2. But in a more normal real estate market, which is what we're in right now, where we have slower appreciation, I think that it's risky to buy real estate with a short-term mindset. And this doesn't just apply for new construction. I would also apply this to resale homes, but you need to be able to weather any ups and downs in the market. And a lot of these new construction communities, they are not in the most convenient prime locations because the available land is getting further and further from the freeway and from amenities and shops and restaurants that might eventually develop over time. Lastly, do not buy a new construction home if you have the expectation that your new home is going to be 100% perfect. I know that's counterintuitive because that's the reason why you're likely buying a new home, is because you don't want to deal with any issues. I've helped a lot of clients go through the process of buying a new construction home, and we find a lot of things that often need to be repaired that I help clients bring to the attention of the builder so that they can make the repairs and touch-ups ideally before closing. These homes are built by humans, so you do not want to be in the mindset that it's going to be 100% perfect. You want to be in the mindset that you and your agent are going to do your due diligence and your home inspections and your walkthroughs and make sure that you can get it as close to perfect as possible before closing on the home. After closing, if issues come up, make sure that you're submitting those warranty requests before your warranty expires so that you can get those items taken care of on the builder dollar and not your own. Most new homes come with a 12-month warranty, and some have extended warranties included as well. I'm not going to go into that here, but if you want to learn about the 5 biggest mistakes when buying a new construction home, you should watch this video here where I dive into those. I hope you found this information helpful, and we'll see you next week. Bye.